Do you want toned, tight arms without the bulk? Are you embarrassed about wearing short sleeves or tank tops because your arms are too flabby? Are you confused about what bicep exercises are best to actually give you that shape and definition without bulk? Now, if you've been exercising regularly and your arms still look like a turkey neck, then you're not doing the right exercises. And some exercises really are better than others when it comes to shaping the biceps as opposed to creating bulk. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my trainer's secrets to shape those biceps without bulk and to do it as quickly as possible. Shaping the arms isn't just about the way you look, it also gives you that feeling of confidence, of strength and power. A big misconception when it comes to training the biceps, especially for women, is that they're going to get bulky and big and look more like a man. And that's just not going to happen because we don't have the testosterone that men do. So that bulk and size is not something you're going to have to worry about. Simply put, the only way to change the shape of your arms is to use progressive resistance training, which means weight training that you add weight to as you progress through time and strengthen those biceps. And you can do that in a way that's not going to give you bulky arms, but it's going to give you that beautiful shape. When you are shaping those biceps, you are building muscle. Now, it's not size that you're building muscle tissue, which is lean and is going to be nice and dense and tight, and that's going to give you that shape that you want. So even though both men and women can work biceps, and they can certainly trigger that muscle growth, it might be the lean tissue and shape that women like, or it can be the big bulk size that guys like, but it's all going to come down to not the exercises, but the repetitions and the sets and the weights that you use. Now, let me tell you why weight training is the answer for this, because when you lift weights, your muscles are subjected to tension and stress, and this tears down the muscles, and in response to that, they have to rebuild themselves to try to prevent being stressed the next time you do that same exercise. So when those little micro tears happen, your muscles rebuild themselves, and in doing that, they get stronger, they get tighter. But it's still important to increase the resistance, otherwise your muscles have no reason to change, and they won't change in shape at all. So another thing that's a big misconception is a lot of women will do higher repetitions in order to try to shape the arms, and that's not going to do it. It's not providing the resistance for the biceps to change, so they don't, and that's why the arms still look like. So we definitely have to push it a little bit, increase that weight, challenge it, but we're going to keep it within a certain repetition range that makes it more for toning rather than bulk. So think of your muscles and your biceps in particular as a garden. If you neglect that garden, it's going to look terrible, right? It's going to be all overgrown and dead, and just nobody wants to look at it. But if you take care of that garden and you regularly give it water and soil and sunlight, then it's going to grow and it's going to be beautiful. The same thing is with muscles. You have to give them the right nourishment, the right encouragement, or in this case, weight training or progressive resistance training, and consistency to help them grow and change. Otherwise, just like the garden that's dead, if you're not doing it, the right things and putting forth the right effort, it's not going to change your arms either. Now, if you're growing watermelon or flowers, the plant's still going to be the same. You're going to give it the water and the soil and the nutrients and the sunlight. However, you're going to have different amounts for each. And that's exactly what happens when it comes to the difference between men and women training to shape or build their biceps. Just because you might do the same exercises as a man, that doesn't mean that your biceps are going to look like that if you do the correct amount of repetitions and have significant enough weight to challenge that muscle within that repetition range. So the biggest aspect of getting your biceps to change is not being afraid to increase that resistance that you use. So remember that when you go to the gym and do these two exercises. Now, just doing these two exercises alone isn't going to change everything at once. You have to put in the consistent work, you have to use proper form, and you have to make sure you're being challenged. Now, the first of the two exercises you want to do is the hammer curl. We're going to go over the form for the hammer curl in this video, but I'm also going to do another video that is basically the ultimate guide to how to do the hammer curl, so you can really target that muscle and maximize your results in the least amount of time. And at the end of this video, I'm going to let you know how many sets, repetitions, and how to judge what weight you're going to start with and what weight you're going to use for future sets. So this is what the hammer curl looks like. You're bringing the dumbbells up and down, hands face your body, and you're squeezing at the top. Now, there are a lot of common mistakes that are made when I see people doing this. One of them is taking the elbows forward. That's going to end up getting into your shoulders, and that can actually injure your shoulders. The other one is swinging the weights. So if you were doing alternating arms, a lot of times people will swing, and you definitely don't want to do that. You want to target that bicep. So hammer curl is the first exercise, and then go ahead and check out the video to know how to maximize those results. And then the second one is the reverse curl, which a lot of people are not familiar with. With the reverse curl, you're going to use a barbell. You can use a straight bar, or you can use what's called an easy curl bar. See, this has got bends in the middle, so that's called an easy curl bar. The letter E, the letter Z. But you can also use a straight bar. It's just that with the easy curl bar, your wrists get a little less stress. So with the reverse curl, well, it's just what it sounds like. You're doing a curl, biceps curl, in reverse. You're pulling it up, and you're slowly lowering. Same mistakes happen here. People will bring it up, and then they'll pull the elbows forward, almost resting it on the shoulders, and you don't want that. That's not even going to hit the biceps. The other thing is, a lot of times people use too much weight, so they end up swinging it. And not only are you going to hurt your back, but you're also going to hurt your shoulders and not work your biceps at all. So just a nice, smooth movement. Now, as you notice, my thumbs are underneath. You can do that, or you can do what's called a false grip, and that's with the thumbs on top. If you are somebody who tends to grip things real tightly and over grip and really tense out the wrists and the forearms, then you're probably going to want to use a false grip like this. Now keep in mind, this is also going to work some of your forearms, so you will feel it there as well. If you're already familiar with the exercises and how to do the proper form, then start out with about 2 or 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. Don't let yourself ever go over 10. That's just going to be wasting your time. And stick more in that 8 range. So even if you go to 6, it's not going to build bulk, but you've definitely got to make sure that you're challenging that muscle and using proper form at the same time. So again, definitely go check out the next video, because if you don't do proper form, then you can injure yourself, or at best you're wasting your time. And nobody has time to waste. So go watch this next video to get all the specific tips, some more information on exactly how that's going to shape your arms, and the best program to do to get started.